What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 49, and we start today's episode off with some player training. I will take Ward out of the drill soon, don't worry, he now has hit 60, and also 3 of our players have returned from their loans as well. Cunningham, Fitzpatrick, who was on loan at West Brom, and also Piers McDonald from Heracles is also back as well. And as you can see, I put a couple more players on the transfer list for the January window as well. That is young Ollie Hall, who only shows great potential, and as I mentioned before, there is a squad cap in career mode, and I don't want to hit that and be ineligible for us to promote any of our youth players. And George Baldock is back on the transfer list. I'm not sure if I will sell him in January or not, but if we do want to sign a new player, as you take like our transfer shortlist here, I've added a couple more names to our list, including a couple of veterans who had the deals that come to the end of the year, such as Bonaventura, Laxalt is there, although I think it might have been there before, and a few more names as well to the shortlist, including James Maddison, who right now is Borussia Dortmund, just because I've seen a lot of comments for Maddison, but he's now 86 rated. There is no way we're getting Maddison for at least another couple of years. But also, we did get a bid here for Ivan Toney as well, which I thought was just absolutely ridiculous, and also a sign of the frustratingly unrealistic transfer market in FIFA Career Mode. I really wish EA would work on this more. Bologna wanted to take the top scorer of the division on a 1-year loan. Why would we agree to that? I literally, I can't. I mean, if we got a big bid for him, like £60 million, then I'd understand why. He's the top scorer in the league. He's still so young. But really, 1 year, I don't know. But also a big bid came in for Bogle as well. Speaking of right backs here, after looking at Baldock a moment ago, Jayden Bogle was approached by Watford with a £22.7 million bid by the Hornets. It's the biggest transfer offer we've had since the series began. Bogle is 21 years old. He came in the first season in the January transfer window. He's now 79 rated at just 21. He's grown 2 ratings this year. He's only had the 1 assist all season long in the Premier League. But Jayden Bogle is fantastic. He is absolutely rapid. He is really technically good as well, especially when going forward. And his stamina is very high as well. He bombs up and down the pitch for days, and he really does put in a good shift in the right wing-back role. Now, he could have got around £30 million for the right-back, which would have been a record sale here at Sheffield United, but I decided to sell it. In the last episode, you heard me talking about this. You know, the January window is now here. There's only a tiny bit of money in our budget. If we were to make some new signings, we'd have to sell some of our more important players. I don't want to do that. I don't want to turn us into a selling club. We're not a selling club, okay? We keep our best players here. We keep the core of the young talent here as we continue to progress over the years. That's the aim in this Sheffield United side. We didn't need to sell Bogle. He's still got a few years left on his deal. He's getting the game time. He's enjoying his time here at Sheffield United. There'd be no need to sell him. So whilst we thank Watford for the big offer, a lot more realistic of an offer, we're going to say no. We're going to keep him here. I really like Jayden Bogle. Defensively very solid. The only downside to Bogle really is that he's the smallest member of our back 5 at 5'10". But 5'10" isn't even small. That's nitpicking really if you're going to complain about a player being 5'10". That's like girls that say, I'm only going to date a guy that's 6 foot plus. 5'10's not small. That's pretty decent height for a guy. So yeah, Bogle's going to stay. We're going to keep him here, and we say thank you to the bid for Watford, but he's going to stay at Bramwell Lane. But still, first game of today's episode, we take on West Ham United away from home, coming on the back of a 2-0 victory against Newcastle United in the FA Cup round of 64. And as you can see, this was a goalless draw. So back-to-back clean sheets for Sheffield United in all competitions, but this was an abysmal game. I really struggled for highlights in this one. McKenna picks up back-to-back man of the matches, but that game right there was a dead cert for last on Match of the Day. This was a pretty full calendar on Saturday as well. That game would have been definitely post-midnight on Match of the Day. That was absolutely awful. Great to get a clean sheet again, don't get me wrong. So defensively did really well in that game. West Ham had a good chance late on, hit the post, but other than that, didn't get inside too many times. But awful game, and it does mean that our away form continues to be a concern for us. We've now, I think, only won 1 of our last 6 games as Ollie Hall goes to Randers on a permanent deal there as we sell one of our young players with not the most potential. But yeah, only 1 win in our last 6 games away from home in the Premier League, and I believe in this streak as well, we've lost 4 of those 6 games as well. So yeah, our away form is a concern. If we are to finish in a European place, that's going to have to improve. I'm sorry, we can't rely on our home form for the rest of the season to get us into 5th place. We will have to start picking up more points on the road if we are to finish in 5th place come the end of the season. But following that couple more bids here, including one for Piers McDonald. I must say as well, I wanted to include this in the video as well. I was really happy about this. Now, fair play to EA. I give them a lot of stick, and rightfully so sometimes for their ridiculous transfer market, but I thought this was kind of cool. Piers McDonald went out on loan to this club, Heracles, and of course came back just a couple of weeks ago. But Heracles put in a permanent bid for McDonald just a couple of weeks later, and as you'll see, he does end up getting sold as well and joins the club permanently. Now, I don't know if that was a coincidence or not, as you see our draw for next round the FA Cup, where as you can see, we're taking on West Ham United once again. So this will be the 4th time we faced West Ham this season in the round of 32, and the 3rd trip we're making this year to the London Stadium. Of course, we faced them, don't forget, in the EFL Cup at the start of the season. But yeah, McDonald was on loan at that club, and then they decided to put in a permanent bid for him after a successful loan spell. I don't know, as Tyler Allen goes out on loan to that Dutch club there, whether that was a coincidence, but I'm going to give EA the benefit of the doubt and say that was design. I'm going to pretend like he had a good loan spell there, and the club decided to bring him back permanently. It might just be a pure coincidence, it might not be, I'm not entirely sure, but either way, he's going to go back out there permanently, and as you do see, he does get sold come the end of today's episode. As we all saw there, Allen is loaned out to the Dutch side, Willem. I think I might have just said that, but yeah. Anyway, second and final game of today's episode, as we will take on Newcastle United here at Bramwell Lane. So just a couple of weeks ago, we beat them in the FA Cup away at St James's Park. Now they were looking for revenge in the Premier League, but this was one very controversial game, and it started off that way just 21 minutes in. 21 minutes into the game, Callum Robinson gets his 2nd goal in 2 weeks. Both his goals coming against the Magpies, but Steve Bruce was absolutely raging on the sidelines after this goal. He was in the 4th official's ear. I was trying to calm him down, but he wasn't having any of it. He was making the square signal with his fingers as he was hoping that the VAR would check the goal and disallow it, but the goal stood. However, he was clearly offside, Robinson, when Morrison played the ball forward. The reason it counted is because Paul Dummett got a touch on the ball and deflected it into the path of the Irish striker. It shouldn't matter. The goal should have been disallowed, but it stood because of EA's broken game mechanics. But in the 34th minute, he couldn't have been annoyed at the VAR for this goal. He could only be annoyed at Paul Dummett here. He miskicked the ball horribly. It fell right into the path of Robinson, who intercepted before Fabian Schär could win the ball back for the Magpies. He goes around the goalkeeper Dubravka, holds it up really well under pressure from a tight angle, picks out of the man in the middle, and who's there to fire into the bottom corner for his 1st goal for the club? Jamal Lewis. 1st goal for our new Northern Irish, left back that plays midfield in this team. We've position changed Lewis this season from left wing back to central midfield due to how good Ollie Shaw is, and of course Serge Koulibaly coming out of the academy. What a decision that is proven to be. You guys recommended that Lewis plays there, and I've got to be honest here, guys. Fair play to every one of you that suggested that in the comment section, because he has been very good in central midfield, and you guys know I love to position change from players. That's been a very successful one thus far, and he also set our attack up for our 3rd goal as well. He won the ball back on DeAndre Yedlin, played it through to Ollie Shaw, and Shaw gets another assist in this Blaze team. Great to see it. He's now hit double digits for assists this year. Great little hold up play down left hand side, rolls it back to his bro, and Ivan Toney continues his red hot form and shows you why Bologna wanted to take him on a 1-year loan deal. 3-0 Sheffield United, and later on in the game we kept hold of our clean sheet as well. Henderson making a really good save after the Magpies came forward. 3-0 was the final score. Yes, some controversy for our 1st goal. Got the benefit of the doubt with that one will be the first to a minute, but either way, great to see us get the 3 points, and this is what I meant about the Ravel Morrison ball as well. It didn't get credit as an assist due to the change of direction of Paul Dummett's boot, but it still should have been disallowed. We got lucky there with the first to a minute, but either way, 3-0 win. Nothing lucky about the result. Definitely deserved the 3 points. So 3-0 the final score. Great to get back to winning ways in the league after that goalless draw away at West Ham there. And again, it just goes to show you at home this season, we have been fantastic. Still have only lost 1 home game all season long, and that's the side right now who of course are still top of the table and winning every single game this season. So our home form at Bramwell Lane, every time we have a home game, I feel like we're going to win it. Great win there, and as you can see, following the game, Piers McDonald does indeed get sold and join Heracles on a permanent deal after a successful loan spell there. So farewell to Piers as he goes permanently. And it also became for Scott McKenna as well. Real Betis wanted to take our Scotsman to Spain for £14.6 million. Could possibly get about 20 million for him. him, but I didn't even think about negotiating. I didn't even think twice about this. Scott McKenna is going nowhere. As you guys know, this year, he's taken the captain's armband a lot since Nord is being gradually phased out of the team, and O'Connor doesn't play much of our games. He is an absolute brick wall as part of our back five. Hasn't grown a rating yet, but he's having another great season at Sheffield United. We love Scott McKenna. You guys really love Scott McKenna. Future Sheffield United club captain, no doubt about it. He's going nowhere. And again, we're not a selling club. We're keeping our best players here. But that was today's episode of Career Mode, guys. So a big thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it. And if you did enjoy today's episode, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. And don't forget the next episode. Please don't miss it. It's the special episode number 50. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. It's a super long video full of loads of good treats. And I hope you guys enjoy it. So thanks for watching, guys. Much love to you all. And I'll see you for the special episode number 50 of Career Mode very soon.